Hello, ICS. My name is Nick Hefner, and today I have with me Mr. Dikembe Mutombo. He is an ex-NBA professional player, and he played for teams like the Denver Nuggets and the Houston Rockets. He was feared by opponents everywhere because of his tremendous shot blocking ability and is known as one of the best defenders to ever play the game. Firstly, I would like to just thank you on behalf of ICS for coming, and we're just so honored to have you with us today.
It's my pleasure.
So if it's okay, I'd just like to ask you a few questions about your upbringing, your faith, your charitable works, and of course your basketball.
Um, First of all, everything I do in my life is through my faith and my belief. You know, as the Bible says, as a Christian myself, I believe that without faith it's impossible to please our lovely God. Who must believe in Him, gotta know that also that He exists. And if you know that He exists, and He's going to reward you from your wonderful work and your wonderful play. So I installed that to myself and the way I see the world, that we all got children, and we're here for a short period of time, so we have to try to find a way to please Him by doing what He asks us to do.
Okay, so would you just quickly tell us a little bit about your family? Do you have any siblings, and are they all as tall as you are?
Yes, I'm a child of 10. I was born in the family of Samuel Mutombo and Biamba Marie Mutombo, who was my lovely mama. And I grew up a little bit poor. I came from the family of a father that was a teacher and a mother that was a housewife. My father made only $37 a month as a teacher. So you can understand what kind of level of the poverty that I grew up in, compared to the world we are living in today. But I'm very pleased the way I did carry myself, the way I strained my life to the value of education, because I believe that education was only the key of success.
So what was it like to grow up in the Congo? I don't think many ICS students have been there before, so just tell us what that's like.
Um, it's a country of more than 65 million people. I grew up in the capital city of Kinshasa, which have more than 15 million people right now as we are talking. Um, the mortality rate is about 42 for men and 43 for women. So life is a little bit challenging. Um, Congo, you have all the natural resources that the world can ask. The entire reserve of the natural resources of the world are in the Congo. But despite all of that, um, people continue to suffer. So we can get in all of those details after we leave here. You and I can talk about it. But I think if we try to talk about it today, we can be until tomorrow.
So as a kid, did you always like basketball, and who sort of introduced you to it? And did you always know that you were gonna make it to the NBA?
Um, as a kid, I really didn't like basketball. No, I'm happy and pleased to know that you do like it right now. But me, growing up, I hate basketball so bad. It was not one of my favorite sports. Um, Soccer was always my favorite sport. Maybe because there were so many rooms to play soccer, there was not many basketball court being built in my neighborhood. There was only one, which was in my school, and you had to walk far away to go play. And sometimes you go there, there's a couple of people. So basketball really. And my brother was playing on a national team in the Congo back then. And everybody was like, your youngest brother is so tall. Wanted to get him play basketball. I was like, no, 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 no. I don't want to play. And one day, my brother, when I was getting on my senior year in high school, my brother tried to drag me to the basketball court, and which was not a good day for me. And I ended up falling down on the first day of practice when they was trying to teach me how to jump, because I didn't know how to jump, and I fall down so bad. I broke my chin, and you can see it. I still have the scar on my first day of basketball. So I have to get about 22 stitches. And my mom, who was like my corner protector, she was like, y'all leave him alone. Nobody cannot take him to basketball. So I kind of hate basketball again from there. It was not until I came to America that I tried to enjoy it again.
Okay, so moving on to basketball, what was it like to be drafted to the NBA?
Being drafting to the NBA was a dream come true for me. Um, in every child life, there's always a dream. There's no way you can live your life without dreaming. You got to have a dream, you got to see the future, and you have to see tomorrow. No matter where you come from, which level or which part of society you grew up on, you always have to have your own dream. That's the only way you can achieve a lot and you can be happy and you can see big success. You know, you can have a lot of things that was passed on to you by your family. But if you dream about how can you exceed from where you come from, you're never going to consider yourself as a successful person. So to me, getting into the NBA, it was one of the most happiness day of my life because I knew that I was about to change the life of my mom and my dad in particular. Because every mom and dad dream about their child to be successful one day, especially in Africa where I come from. Your parents want you to succeed so one day you can help them, so you can be able to take care of them as they're getting older. I think those was my priority things to do in my life and to my faith.
So, what was your favorite moment as an NBA superstar? What part of being a professional athlete did you enjoy the most?
Um, that's a hard question. I really enjoyed my career. You know, tell you the truth, there was one part of my career that I liked the most, and there was one part that I didn't like. I don't know, I cannot define it because I was a great basketball player and a very successful one too. So I worked extremely very hard to get where I got. I think maybe just making the promise that I made the day I got drafted. Um, if you can go to the NBA draft in 1991, you can see on my first interview that I told the world that by the time I walk away from this game, I want to be remembered as one of the great shot block and great defense player ever played the game in history. And people thought I was crazy and I was drunk or something, but and now I kind of live with my promise. It's not easy to make a promise and try to keep it.
Yeah, you certainly did. So, can you tell us who was your favorite player to play with, and who was your favorite player to play against? Like, it must be hard for you because I know you've played with a lot of great players.
Um, I was, I enjoy playing against everybody as long as you stay away on my way. You don't come close to my air ball, then you get your nose broken. But I really, I was a kind of challenging player. You know, I got traded more than 6 times. I went to a different team, but I enjoyed the camaraderie of my teammate. There's nothing working as a team. It's nothing in the life. It doesn't matter where you are, at school, playground, at home. There's nothing like working as a team, and that's another great thing of success. I really enjoy playing with my teammates. They help me a lot, and I help them a lot. And I told them, I said, look, don't guard your man. Just hold him up and push him on the side. Let him shoot the ball close to the basket, and I will come behind and block it. Don't get in a foul trouble. And they did listen to me, and they made me one of the great shot blockers.
So, could you please tell us a little bit about your foundation, the Dikembe Mutombo Foundation?
Um, tell you about my foundation is very simple. It's 2 sentences. I think I created Dikembe Mutombo Foundation back in 1997 to improve the quality of life for my people in African continent. By doing so, I set 3 initiatives and mission. The first one was to build a multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art hospital. Second one was to build a school because I came from a father who was educated. I value that building a school would be so important because I believe in education, which continues to remain as a key of success for any child. and third one was to build a playground. So I think we have accomplished our first phases. Um, there's other mission that I have in life, which is as long as many years that God gave me into this earth, and I think I'm going to build a school in the next 3 years, and maybe build a basketball court maybe before that. I think maybe next year we're going to build a couple of basketball courts in the Congo, then school will come after that.
So, what's the hardest thing that you have to deal with in terms of your foundation?
The political crap. Um, sorry to say that on the camera. Um, just, it's hard to be a philanthropic. You will have friends and you will have enemies. And you will have people who love you for what you're doing, and you will have people who dislike you because they don't believe in your mission as well. Those are things happen. And or some of the people will think that you're doing it to get famous. And my work, I always said that it was a work of God. It was a dream. I always dream about becoming a doctor since the age of 9 years old. I told my parents that I want to go to medical school since I was young. And I don't know, basketball gave me a chance and opportunity to do it. So, but I think my challenge really has been some people in Africa thought that I was doing this for political reason. So it's still remaining my challenge until today. So I always keep my eyes open.
So, as you've mentioned in the interview, you are a very strong Christian, it seems. So, how were you
Yes.
introduced to God, and when did you accept Him?
Or in a really age, I think coming from, I think I thanks my mom and dad a lot. And they was very lovely parents. They raised us, despite all the challenges that they have, they raised us very well. My dad was a deacon at the church. He was like he was like the oldest at the church. And my mom was singing at the choir, but in my house, if you didn't go to church on Sunday, you're never going to see the plate on your table. So going to the church is mandatory in my family. And until today, even I'm traveling, my wife makes sure the kids wake up at 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock. They find themselves in the Bible study class. So somehow that I believe that the teaching the basis value of life is so important. And it will help you in a lot of things the way you see life, you know. Because I could have done a lot of things with my money. I could have done a lot of things. But I chose to give more than $24 million of my money away to the poor. That means a lot. Because when you get to the heaven, our lovely God will ask you, what did you do for my people? You're not going to say that I have million dollars, I did this, I did that. But what did you do with what I gave to you as a gift? You always remember that. I did your work. Did you care for the poor? Did you care for the orphans? Did you care for the widows? And did you care for homeless? Or you didn't think those was not your people? So it's very important. So when I look at that's the only way I define my mission. I think I'm in this world in God's mission, and I'm just trying to accomplish it. I don't think I finished it yet.
So, the life of being a celebrity is extremely rewarding, but it also comes with many temptations. So, how does your faith play a part of your life before, during, and after your NBA career?
Just becoming staying humble, you know. Don't let nothing disrupt you in the life. Life is full of challenge. There's so much circumstances that come in our life that sometimes you cannot win. But, it's like, remember when Paul was held by the Roman, or back in the day before we all was born in Rome. He said, I keep my faith, but I run my race and I finish. So you gotta make sure that you stay on the track, keep running your race. despite the challenge might come, and then you can cross the finish line. And that we are here. We're just keeping the course, and with a strong faith and strong belief, and I think we're gonna cross the finish line. You know, despite anybody trying to come cut your legs, beat you up, and insult you, call you any kind of name, but you gotta know, because somebody called me a bad name, and I have to respond. Sometimes I say, thank you. Are you happy now? You know, when I was young, I tell you this story. It was very difficult for me to grow up in the tall kids in the neighborhood. So I got bullied every day, every 2 seconds in school. I got called any kind of name. Some people, your kids used to call me a giraffe. You don't belong here, where you come from. You can stand up tall. I learned how to avoid to being too tall, and I started trying to walk like this at school. And all my brothers used to go to the same school I used to go. And sometimes my brother would come behind me, just hit me in the side of the head and say, what's wrong with you? Why you don't like what God made you and what God gave it to you as a beautiful height? And stand up tall, be proud of it. So I learned a lot. And my brother made me to love myself and to be who I am. And today when I go home, the same people used to bully me, praise me like God. You know, knocking my door every day at the hotel if they can even say hello. So, but you just say hello and keep walking. You know, you have to keep running the race.
So there are some questions that the students have asked, and they would like me to ask you. So how many hours of sleep did you get when you were a kid to be so tall?
Now, getting taller, it got nothing to do with my sleep, really. I think I ate a lot of vegetables. You know, that is true. I don't know if it's true scientifically, but in Congo and Africa, we do eat a lot of vegetables, kids and meat, chicken. It was like it had to be a fiesta for mom to cook a chicken. You know, otherwise you have your vegetable, and then with fufu or rice, or you have a fish. But chicken and goat the only big ceremony. If somebody's getting married or something, you see the goat. But meat was something else. But chicken, it had to be maybe like Sunday. So I think that what made me strong. Made me to go and compete the way I did. I really didn't sleep that much in high school because I didn't have all the mean. So I used to sell bread in the market at 5:30 in the morning before my 7:30 class. So I would wake up at 4:30 and shower and get ready to dress, wear uniform, then go to the flea market, sell bread and butter and sauces to everybody who's going to work in manufactory, and maybe make $1. And if I make $2 that day, that was the best day of my life. So make $1, and you know, my school used to be like 3 blocks away, and then walk to school. So I learned from young age how to hustle. Not selling drugs. Hustle, that mean being humble. So kids get confused when they hear hustle. They think hustling, you gotta be on the street selling something inappropriate.
Mom, remind me, eat my vegetables. So do you have any special doors or beds made just for you at home?
Oh yes, of course. Thanks for that question. If you look at my head here, I'm losing some hair because I bumped my head so much. But every house that I have to live in, all the customer made doors have to be there. The kitchen got to be raised high, the bathroom and everything in the shower. But the problem comes when you move and you're trying to sell the place, nobody cannot buy it because you cannot find another 7-footer. And you have to shop your house around basketball player to buy it. It's very fun.
I saw the video on YouTube. You said the shower was lower than your head, so you had to like.
Yes, I know. You learn how to bend. You know, even when I travel, it's not easy. You know, when I check into the hotel yesterday, the front desk have to call me. Are you happy with your bed? did you like the extension that we put in? I said, listen, I just want to go to sleep. Sometimes you learn just how to, just go, keep going.
So, what's the funniest moment of your NBA career?
Maybe embarrassing guys in the game by doing a finger wave. When you have a million people watching you on TV all over around the world and you got Mutombo keep telling you, don't bring it up here, you can't fly in my house. So you have to respect my house and my territory. So I kind of embarrass a lot of guys, yes. A lot of guys still aren't happy about me about it because some of the things I did to them.
So, what was it like to get dunked on by Michael Jordan?
It really didn't bother me. It was only 2 points, you know. So, I always tell Mike Anthony today, I say, listen, you really didn't dunk on me because it's not like I was standing there, you came, you beat somebody and I was so far away, I came for help and you was close to the basket. But Michael knows I got a lot of his shot. If you come to my basement in my house, it's a big picture framing. Remind me, Michael, I did get you all the time. So, well, we talk trash to each other every time we see each other. That fight never been over. He always trying to remind people that, Dick, remember that I did get you. I said, Michael, I got you so many times before you. It took Michael about 7 years. 7 years before he get one dunk. So that tell you how many days is that.
So, you've played against many great NBA centers. So, if you could choose, who would you choose, Hakeem Olajuwon or Shaquille O'Neal?
You're kidding me. You comparing Hakeem Olajuwon to Shaquille O'Neal?
I just
How
kind of.
did you come to that conclusion, eh? Oh, come on. I got to get you another NBA stat book so you can. They're not even close. No, I think Hakeem Olajuwon was the best, We don't call him Hakeem, we call him the dreamer. Because when you're playing against him, you have to dream about him the night before. Some of the guys, you just say, okay, I'm going to take care of him tomorrow. But when you're playing Hakeem Olajuwon, you dream about him first. Oh, I hope he doesn't get 40 on me. Those are the things I used to go through myself every day when I was going to play against him in the Houston Rocket. I said, I hope I can stop him before he gets 40. He can score 36. But if he scores 30, your teammate will kill you and talk trash to you. So basketball is a big competition.
So, I've also watched your Geico commercial. Could you just look in the camera and do the finger wag and say the line? And yeah, if that's okay with you.
Don't bring it up here. No, no, no.
Okay. Well, again, thank you so much for coming and doing this interview with me. I hope you have a pleasant stay in Hong Kong.
Yeah, so thank you for having me. It's not every day that I get a chance to talk to young people, but I'm pleased for having me to this is your show, to your show, to your studio. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good job.